Thank you for turning to page 121. Today we're going to take a look in the Player's Handbook at thief skills in AD&D. We go to the thief section, which starts on page 26, and we take a look at their special skills. These are skills that are intrinsic to the class and kind of make everybody want to play a thief. We're going to start with the general overlook here, and then we're going to look at the details. So the functions a thief can do are as follows: picking pockets or folds of garments or a girdle. Also includes such activities as pilfering and filching small items. It is done by light touch and sleight of hand. Opening locks includes figuring out how to open sliding puzzle locks and foiling magical closures. It is done by picking with tools and by cleverness, plus knowledge and study of such items. Finding and removing traps pertains to relatively small mechanical devices, such as poison needles, spring blades, and the like. Finding is accomplished by inspection, and they are nullified by mechanical removal or by being rendered harmless. Moving silently is the ability to move with little sound or disturbance, even across a squeaky wooden floor, for instance. It is an ability which improves with experience. Hiding in shadows, the ability to blend into dark areas, to flatten oneself and remain motionless when in sight, to remain unobserved. It is a function of dress and practice. And then there's a couple of secondary ones that they list up here, such as listening at doors. Listening at doors is accomplished by an activity, or other such portals, such as windows, is accomplished by moving silently to the door and pressing an ear against it to detect sound. Great way to trap a thief with a mimic, by the way, by the ear. I love doing that. Ascending and descending vertical surfaces, the ability for the thief to climb up and down walls. It assumes the surface is coarse and offers ledges and cracks for toe and hand holds. Backstabbing, striking a blow from behind, be it with club, dagger, or sword. The damage done per hit is twice normal for the first 4 levels, and then it doubles for levels, or it's double 1 through 4, triple 5 through 8, quadruple 9 through 12, and quintuple 13 through 16. Note that striking by surprise from behind also increases the hit probability by 20% or plus 4. And then you get the Thieves' Cant, which is a special language known only to thieves. And you get, at 4th level, you're able to read 20% of all languages, and this ability increases by 5%. Each additional level adds until 80% probability is attained. This enables the possible reading of instructions and treasure maps without having to resort to a magic item or spell. And at 10th level, Master Thief, thieves are able to decipher magical writings and utilize scrolls of all sorts, including those of clerical but not druidic nature, or excluding those of cleric but not druid. So you can't use the cleric, but you can use the druid. However, the fact thieves do not fully comprehend magic means that there's a 25% chance that writings will be misunderstood. Furthermore, magic spells from scrolls can be mispronounced when uttered, so there's an increased chance per level of the spell that there will be a reverse of its intent. Okay, so there's a quick look at their stuff, and today's video is only going to deal with stuff from the Player's Handbook. I'm not going to be dealing with anything out of the Dungeon Master's Guide, which I know has several notations and supplements to this, but that's not the focus of today's video. So basically we get this great chart here, Thief Function Table, and it has the racial adjustments. So our starting 1st level thief can pick pockets on 30%, open locks 25%, find remove traps 20%, move silently 15%, hide in the shadows 10%, hear noise 10%, and climb walls 85%. Thieves are rough at low levels. Thief really doesn't come into its own till around 4th or 5th level, when your numbers get better and you have a better chance of being able to open locks and dismantle traps and such. Further, you have racial adjustments. So the race of the thief is adjusted, so pickpockets, no modification for a dwarf, open locks plus 10%, find remove traps plus 15%, move silently no mod, hide in shadows no mod, hear noise no mod, climb walls minus 10%, and read languages minus 5%. So just some game balance changes there, additions and subtractions based on race. And then we're going to take a look at the Thief's Function table. So this basically percentage dice, of course, to determine success or failure. You don't just throw a 20-sider, which is virtually the same thing, but for picking pockets, it fails if a score above the percentage shown of the thief attempting the function is generated. If the score is 21% or more above the number shown, The victim notices the thief's attempt. The potential victim reduces the thief's chance of success by 5% for every level of experience he or she has above third, i.e. minus 5% for fourth, and so on. For example, a high-level thief, master thief of 12, is planning to pick pockets of a magic user he has noticed nearby. The base chance for success is 100%. The thief is a half-elf and has another 10% for racial ability. The thief also has an 18 dexterity score, so another 10% is added. This totals a nice save 120%. Can't fail. However, the victim happens to be 12th level also, so they subtract 9 times 5, 45%. This brings the chance for success down to 75%. A good chance, but if 96% or higher is rolled, the thief will be noticed, and, well, success gains an item from the victim. The item is determined at random from a list of possessions unless the exact location of a particular item is known by the thief. So if he sees the magic user put a big pouch of money into his belt, that's his chance to go ahead and pick exactly what he wants. Otherwise, he just picks something random. I like that. I love picking pockets. I enjoy when my thieves are in a town and they do that, and I also enjoy that it's a level variable thing, both your level and the victim's level, so that can make some interesting role-playing. I really like that. Next, we get to opening locks. Opening locks may be attempted by any given thief, but once per lock. If the score generated exceeds the adjusted base, the thief has failed. No amount of trying will ever enable him to succeed with a lock. Although the thief may try again when he or she has risen a level of experience, success opens the lock. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Finding and removing traps is accomplished exactly the same manner as opening locks. Roll for each function separately. Trap must be located before removal, and 1 try per thief is allowed. Success deactivates the trap. So it's actually two separate rolls. 1 to find it, and if you are successful in finding it, 1 to try to remove it. Moving silently can be attempted each time the thief moves. It can be used to approach an area where some creature is expected, thus increasing chances for surprise, or to approach for a backstab, or simply done to pass by a guard or watchman, something like that. Failure, the dice score is in excess of the base chance plus adjustments, means the movement was not silent. Success means movement was silent. This is a fabulous power if the thief happens to have access to some type of invisibility. Being able to move around invisibly and silently is really powerful in this game. Hiding in shadows cannot be accomplished under direct observation. It can only be accomplished with respect to creatures with infravision only if some heat-producing light sources near to the creature the thief is attempting to hide. Success means the thief is virtually invisible until he or she moves. Note that spells such as detect invisibility or true seeing will reveal that thief hiding in shadows is if such sight is directed towards him or her. So if you have a detect invisibility or true seeing going, you can actually see the thief who's hiding in shadows. Hearing noise is simply listening intently. The thief and his or her accomplices must themselves be quiet. This function can be repeated as often as desired. It requires a full minute to listen, 1/10 of a normal turn, or time equal to a melee round. Note that sleeping creatures, undead, and many other creatures do not make sounds discernible through a portal. Success informs the hearer that someone or something awaits beyond the portal. And it's interesting here, it says, but you have to be quiet, but not silent as in moving. I had played in an early game where the DM, if the thief wanted to listen to hear noise, he actually had to roll the move silently skill first in order to be quiet enough to be heard. The thief, or the DM misinterpreted that section. And then climbing walls is attempted whenever it's needed or desired. It's assumed the thief is successful until the midpoint of the climb. At that point, the dice are rolled to determine continued success. A score in excess of the adjusted base value indicates the thief has slipped and fallen. Your referee will inform you amount of damage has been done from the fall. Success indicates that safe ascent or descent has been accomplished. Note in some cases a third D10 will have to be rolled to determine the success or failure. And then reading languages can be attempted but once. Failure, or a score greater than the percentage shown for the experience level of thief, means the language is not understood and no amount of reading will make it comprehensible. However, the thief can try again with each new experience level he or she gains. That's actually kind of fun. I gave a thief a treasure map once. He was 4th level, and in the game he tried to read, Reading language is at 20%, and he failed. So he actually tried each time he went up a level. He would try to read the map. And eventually, I think it was at 7th level, the thief did succeed and was able to go forward, and they used the map. And it was a neat little MacGuffin that I put in there, and he kept trying to be able to make it work. And then when he did make it work, we went ahead and we had the adventure based on the map. So that's just a quick look at what the thief stuff is and does. There are a few things we've had to kind of figure out as we've played D&D for the last almost 45 years. Climbing walls, I do make the thief get up a ways. It's usually 30 feet at my table. If the wall is less than 30 feet, then I'll just make one roll as you get up to the top of the wall. So if you're climbing a 20-foot wall, just before you're able to go over the top, I roll the climbing roll. I don't roll within the first 5 feet, as I've had some DMs do, because I think that's too player-friendly. You want to have some risk-reward involved in that. So I think that's definitely something that you want to have the thief be up a little bit and risk some damage. And as far as backstabbing goes, just a quick note. At my table, a backstab does not have to actually be performed at the back of the player. It can be a surprise attack from the front. If, for instance, I have my thief who's been hiding in shadows, he can leap out and attack his target in the front as long as it's a surprise attack. I count that as a back attack. So again, we go to my invisible thief who's moved silently up to somebody. He then rolls a surprise attack, and even though it's named a back attack, at my table, wherever he wants to land the attack, he can land it. And I don't mean, he can stab him in the heart or anything like that. I just mean as far as the front or the back. It's not important to me that the word backstab is there. It means multiple damage from a surprise attack, and that's how I interpret it at my table. But that's just a quick look at some of the thief functions. I know that there are notes in the Dungeon Master's Guide and other places, and this video isn't about that. I might do one taking a look at thief level adjustments, or rather race and dexterity adjustments, and then there's another video I was thinking of doing based on the Dungeon Master notes on thief skills. So I'll do those. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comments below. If you're interested in seeing a follow-up to this video, I like thief skills, and I think it's important to explain them. I consider thieves to be one of the easier classes to play at low levels in D&D, yet they get more complicated and fun as you go up in level. So I think it's a good starter class for a new player. But that's all I've got today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Leave some comments below. Tell your friends. Also, please take a look at the Patreon, see if there's anything you can do to help me out there. And that's it for today on page 121. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.